So while this container was in really good condition, some of the circumstances that we're having to deal with or challenges are, of all places, the top of the container is pushed in pretty severely. So our plan, or Jay's plan, is to try to jack it up and see if that can't help alleviate.
Push the dent out.
Yeah, so we're getting started. So we don't care that the roof is completely perfect because we're doing the Insulating, but we're also gonna drop the ceiling down a tad bit, which is why we asked for a high cube. But what we do want to make sure is that we have complete adherence with the styrofoam insulated panels to the ceiling to avoid as much humidity as possible and condensation. We're going to run, we've decided, because we're in northern Michigan, we are going to run all of our mechanicals in the ceiling. So we're going to put in the Insulating first, and then we're going to attach wood studs to the studs that they provide to allow a little bit, probably about a 3-inch channel for all of our mechanicals. Everything except for heating, because we're going to use a mini split system. Wow. I think you found your talent, honey.
Yeah. Taking dents out of the roof of a container.
If only you could work on my wrinkles like this.
No wrinkles.
So I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a lot of condensation on that ceiling right now. We had to turn the torpedo heater off so that you guys could hear us. And that fast, let's see what it says. We have, according to our thermostat, it's 50% humidity in here. It won't take long. We keep the windows cracked, put that torpedo heater back on. We'll probably have about 10 minutes and it'll be dried out. But you can see why it's important to make sure that we have as good a contact with the insulation as possible with the ceiling to keep it from condensating. Because with it, what everybody says, which we find to be true right here, is it's one of the largest concerns with shipping container living is the humidity. And that's why we chose to spend the extra money to go with the Insofast. We live in an area where we can't put the spray foam insulation like we initially wanted, because we had to work with the temperatures of northern Michigan, extreme temperatures. Just to give you an idea, last week it was, what was it, -7, 8 degrees, and then today we're at 40. So, and you have to have a minimum of 40 degrees consistently, I think, for, I don't know, however long. And that looks like it never even was there. Good job, hon. So we had to have consistent temperatures to do the spray foam insulation. It wasn't ideal. So one of the other key factors that we found that is a big deal is the caulk gun. Insufast recommends that you get a power caulk gun if you're going to use the bigger caulk tubes.
These are 28 ounce tubes of PL3, and they're very, very stiff. They're very difficult to do by hand.
Yes.
And you're definitely gonna wear yourself out. I laughed when I watched the Insufast video and they recommend getting, and I said, I'm not gonna spend $300 on a caulk gun. And I would have spent $500 yesterday on a caulk gun because my hand strength was just about done by the end of the day.
I was like, man, I just can't use this thing. And I thought maybe something was bound up. And we had a brand new caulk gun, so we thought maybe we just got a faulty one. So I handed it over to him, and, you know, being my hero that he was, because I was watching him two-hand that caulk gun. And it took us probably an hour to do one run because that caulk gun was so slow. So what was your solution for the caulk gun?
So instead of spending $350 on a caulk gun, since we've already started the project and we're a quarter of the way through or whatever, I did buy what they call a high thrust caulk gun for the large tubes, and it cost about $35 on Amazon, and it supposedly will help. We'll see how it works out. But it supposedly will help with these adhesive tubes. That's kind of what it's designed for, to give you a little extra mechanical advantage while you're trying to use the large tubes.
So Jay is working on the corner for the next row, the final row on the south side of the container. Wanted to give you an update about the caulk gun. Jay had a really good idea to put the caulk in front of the torpedo heater at a safe distance of course. So he did that, and then we cut the hole bigger, and what a difference. And that's how we're doing it right there. We're about 4 feet away from the torpedo heater. I check it periodically to make sure it's not getting too hot. You see it's glowing red in that torpedo heater. And that's pretty warm, so we're going to move it back a bit. Now that I got that nice and warm. You don't want it hot, but you want it enough that you can squeeze it without too much tension. That gonna fit on that edge? Camera, but it's bulged out here, 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 and all the way down here. So the best way to start this is to just get it into place as quickly as possible, and then start trying to make my marks. So I'm trying to see if I got a mark on the inside here at all. See if I can work that out. If it doesn't show up in marking for me, I'm going to take a magic marker, because it doesn't matter, and mark the inside of the wall. I gotta cut the side out just a tad bit more. I may have showed you this before, but it's flashing, and then when it stops flashing and just turns solid red, that's when we know that it's come up to temp and ready to cut. All right, just making that simple cut allowed me to get closer inside here so that I could get the cut here that I need. This is keeping me from going snug against the wall. And that's what happens when you don't wait long enough for it to get hot and you're impatient, which I am. It doesn't cut cleanly for you, it just melts it. So what I did is I took a marker and colored the wall. It didn't matter to me because we're covering it up anyways, because I wasn't able to get a nice tight fit, and that allowed me to see where I was missing because it transferred the marker when we hit it.
You can see that wall just bowed in.
It's terrible, but I think we can get it.
That's why I had to do it all over again. I think
Spray foam would have been the right way to go.
Unless you have a brand
One
new
tripper.
One tripper, or I think it'd be worth it.
So I'm gonna have to scoop this out. There's no two ways about it because it's right here. Mention to you, we were doing the just standard caulk gun for the large 28 fluid ounce tubes, and as you know, it was a nightmare for us, and I don't have the best hand strength anyways. So Jay got this high velocity caulk gun on, and it by far was probably one of the best investments. You guys really should get this knife. It's so worth it. A couple of times I had to get in and make some compound cuts around the windows, and I got it up there and I was just a hair off, and I was able to just take that right to the window and just cut right around it. Drawback is it really smells, so if you have lung issues, if you have allergies really severely, I don't know that I would use that gun.